How's it going, everybody? Texas Man here. I hope you guys are all having a great day. Make sure you guys give this video a thumbs up if you guys really enjoy it. Subscribe if you guys have not already. Also, do me the biggest favor of all, hit the bell notification button so you guys don't miss out on future videos or streams here on the channel. If you guys would also please head over to Twitch. Follow me there at Douglas447. I stream there at least once a week, whether it's for Call of Duty, Battlefield, Halo, Destiny 2. And of course, if you guys have any movies or shows you guys want me to watch and review here on the channel, please let me know in the comment section down below. And as always, we're going to be talking about positives and negatives, talking about another great movie, guys, a must-watch sci-fi thriller, Time Trap. This movie was released in 2018, and surprisingly to my knowledge, this movie actually came out in theaters. The movie is about an hour and 27 minutes long. It does not officially have a rating, but based on what transpires in this film, I would give it a PG-13 rating. On average, this movie is going to cost you about it's going to cost you about $3 to rent, $9 to buy. The film centers on a group of students who are trapped in a cave where time passes differently inside of the cave than the rest of the world above them. So every second spent in the cave is a year that takes place outside in the rest of the world. And this film, I had really no expectations. I heard a lot of great praise about it when it did come out, but in 2018 I was busy watching other movies. I was more into playing video games. I was more into board games. I still am, but I've kind of like divvied up everything 33% wise. But I was more into video games. I was more into board games than I was into movies at the time. And of course, that has completely changed with me doing my YouTube channel here. And of course, thank you guys for your love and support. But this movie, I heard a lot of great praise about, and so I thought, you know what? Okay, it's been about 4 years. I'll watch it. I'll give it a try and review it for you guys and let you guys know if this actually is worth the money to rent or to buy and worth your time for about 90 minutes watching it. And this film is definitely worth all the above. This is a must-watch sci-fi thriller. If you're into thrillers, if you're into sci-fi, you're going to love this movie. Or if you're just looking for something different and unique and, you know, just something to watch for about 90 minutes and really be engaged and entertained, this movie is going to deliver on that as well. This is a mind-bending entertainment film that just hits basically every single note that it needs to do so. It's going to give audiences of sci-fi time travel concept that they've seen before, executed even better, and it's going to give new time travel concepts that have never been used before. So, like I said earlier, time passes differently inside of this cave, and inside of this cave is these different layers of wall, and every single one you go into, the further you go into the cave, the slower you're going to move through time, and at the center of the cave is the Fountain of Youth. This film is highly entertaining. Even though the film has no well-known actors or actresses, everyone that's in this film, the entire cast, brings their A game. There's nobody there that just feels like an extra. Now, there are a couple people at the beginning of the film, you're like, okay, they were just there to do this one thing, but they actually do have a much bigger implication on the entire story and the plot as a whole, especially when you get to the finale. I was happy that this film just went completely crazy. This film goes all out sci-fi, bizarre, cuckoo nut job, and I'm happy that the filmmakers didn't hold back on these concepts, on these time travel concepts throughout the entire runtime. This movie's got cave exploration, it's got aliens, cavemen, time travel, it's entertaining, and it's amazing that they were able to cram so much into such a short runtime, and it works. You care about all these characters. The characters are actually smart in this film, like using ropes, using lights to leave a trail to get back to the surface, or a radio between two characters so the two groups can communicate with people above the cave and the people inside the cave. People in generally use smart decision making, which is really great. There is a small amount of found footage, and I know that might put people off, like, oh no, it's got found footage, it's a found footage film. It's not that type of found footage film that we gotten in the past 2 decades. This found camera footage, or recording with a camera, It's actually really well done. It's really well executed, and it's brief. It does not, and I repeat, it does not take up the overall majority of the runtime. It's used towards the very first act, and it's a great way to learn about the sci-fi elements and the concepts about time travel. It's really well used. It's really well executed, and it's only at the beginning of the film. It doesn't linger on into acts 2 and 3, which I was happy about. The Goonies reference in this film, loved it. I thought that Andrew Wilson's performance was amazing, and I was happy that the film, like I said, it's only a 90-minute runtime, so this film focuses on only a few locations. You got like the surface world, you have this cave system, and they explore certain parts of the cave, and then you have the big finale, which I do not want to spoil for you guys because I want you guys to watch this movie. I don't want to spoil the ending, but there's another location towards the end of the film, and I thought they did a great job with it. But with these few locations, it forces the writing team, the script, and the filmmakers, because of the few locations, and probably a limited budget to begin with, focusing on character development, character moments, and plot and story. And I thought they did a fantastic job. The only two negatives that I do want to discuss is that not everyone's going to like this film. And the reason being for there is heavy violence in this movie. Like I said earlier, I would give this movie still a PG-13 rating, but there is some heavy violence moments, and there is a little bit of cursing towards the beginning of the film, and so that's probably going to push people away from actually wanting to finish it. If you can stomach the heavy violence, like people's heads getting smashed in by rocks, I mean, they don't show you anything, it's just all in your head. Or there is some slight cursing and some slight, like, PG-13, jokes. If you can get through that, you'll enjoy it. It's very brief, it's very minimal, but I do want to point out that it does exist in the film towards the first act. And then the last negative thing I want to talk about is that I felt like the film's conclusion was just too sudden. Like, I felt like the film's ending should have had more of an impact than it did. It just felt like, boom, the end, done. We got to wrap this up. It's been 90 minutes. Goodbye, everybody. Go home. The ending just felt like the movie was only half over. So I'm hoping that there is a part 2. Unfortunately, they said that because this movie did bomb at the box office, that's probably never going to be a part 2. I mean, if you aren't like a big movie critic like me, and you just watch this movie, the movie's fine on its own until you get to that last like 5 minutes of the movie, and you're like, okay, what's next? It has a cliffhanger ending. It's like, okay, either there's another half an hour or so to this movie, or there's a part 2 coming eventually. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like we're getting either one of those. So I just wish the ending had a little more impact. Like I said, cliffhanger ending, they clearly leave the door open for more stories to be told in this quote-unquote universe. Overall, guys, Time Trap from 2018 was a blast. I highly encourage you guys to check it out. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. Thank you guys so much for watching. You guys have a great day. I'll see you guys in the next video or stream. Bye, guys.